Hey everyone, Phil here. If you can't see me, I'm down in the bottom left corner of this video. I'm so excited to have you here, and in this section of the course, we're going to be going over the basics of Lightroom, the program layout, importing photos, and organizing photos, because it's so important for us to be smart in the ways that we organize our photos so that when we go back and edit our photos later, maybe even months, years down the road, we can easily find the photos that we want. In this video, I'm going to go over the basic layout of Lightroom so that you know how to navigate it. So first things first, let's just start off with the top left. This isn't going to be how Lightroom looks when you first open it. You won't have any photos that you've imported, but you can see here, I've already imported photos. We'll be doing this in the next couple of lessons, so it's okay if you don't have any photos imported yet. Up at the top left, you have your file menu. This is standard for most applications. I'm using Adobe Lightroom Creative Cloud version 2015, the latest update, and I'm on the Mac. It will look a little bit different on a PC, but I know Adobe is trying to make their applications look similar on Mac and PC. So up here you have your menu. You can get to all kinds of things like importing, categorizing, organizing, some edits, and a lot of this stuff we'll be doing right here, down here in the actual application itself. When there are things that we suggest you find from up here, we'll let you know. The next thing are our modules. So we have different rooms in Lightroom, and these do different things. So here, and if you don't see this menu up here at the top right, you can click this little arrow, and you can click it on and off if you want to save more room and have more space for editing. We're in our library room right now, which is where we import and organize our photos. The next is our develop room, and this is where we actually edit our photos. And then these following rooms, map, book, slideshow, print, and web, are for more specific case scenarios where you can actually tag photos on a map, and you can have an entire map of the globe of where you've taken your photos. You can create a book out of your photos. You can create slideshows, professional slideshows. You can print photos and set up how you want to print your photos, and you can also publish your photos directly to the web via Lightroom. We're going to be spending most of the time in this course in the library and develop panels, because honestly, that's where I spend 99.999% of my time using Adobe Lightroom. Below in library, you have on the left our navigator and some other options. And all of these little windows drop down by clicking the little arrow on the left. On the left, when you have a photo selected, it will pop open in your navigator. And I'll just jump quickly down on the bottom. This is your little toolbar that has all of your photos selected. If I change which one I've selected, notice how it changes up here in the navigator. Over on the left, these are different ways to catalog and organize our photos. We're going to be going over some different ways in the next couple of lessons. In the middle, this is the folder that you have open. So over on the left, you have different folders. As I mentioned, collections folders. Let's see, what's cats. Okay, this is a folder with all of my cats. And when you open up those folders, they pop open over here. On the right side of this window, and we're still in the library room, are more metadata and options for our photos. We can see a histogram. We can do some quick developing if we have some presets. If we just have to do things like fixing white balance for a group of photos, we can do that right here without having to go over to the Develop tab. You can add keywords. You can add other metadata. And this is stuff that you would add to your photo to help catalog. So when you're searching for photos later down on the road, if you use a tool like Adobe Bridge to catalog your files, you can just search for keywords. I can tag these photos as cat photos or specific cat names for my cats, Zora and Chalet. Or I could tag it with specific lens type, or actually it already is cataloged with specific lens types. You can see if you go over to the metadata, you can see all of the things that it already knows about this photo. Cameras are so smart these days, it's amazing. So it has the dimensions, it has the exposure we were set at, it has the lens, focal length, it has the ISO we were using, the flash if we used it, the camera model, the lens we're using, and we can even add comments below. And then moving down below, we have our film strip panel down here that includes all of our photos that we have opened in this folder that we have opened. There's lots of ways that we're going to organize and rate these photos, but we'll hold off on that until the next lesson. I'm just going to go jump over to the Develop tab. So this is the new module where you actually edit your photos. On the left, you have your navigator again. You have different collections where you can open collections right in here, and also presets. We'll talk about presets later in this course. Below, you still have your film strip where you can select which photo you are editing. And then over on the right, you have your editing tools. I'm going to let John cover all of the basic editing tools in this course. But like everything, you have panels. You can open and close the panels with these arrows on the right side. The one thing that's different about Lightroom than some other Adobe products is you can't move things around. So I can't take this basic little window, move it around. I can't just delete it or get rid of it completely. It is there and it is right in that position. And it's good because that's kind of the way they've set it up, in the way that you actually edit a photo. It goes through the workflow of editing. So this is a basic overview of Adobe Lightroom. I hope this has really helped you understand a little bit more about how the program works. If this is the very first time you've opened Lightroom, then I'm sure it's helped a little bit. If you have any questions, let us know. I would be happy to go in depth on other aspects. If there are things you're like, wait, what, you skipped over that. I was looking at the library and you didn't go over that button down there. Don't worry, I would watch through especially the rest of the lessons in this section, plus the next couple of sections before you worry too much, because we'll be covering all of the key things you need to know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson.